Welcome to the Wrestling Circle podcast. My name's Cam. That's Mark.
Hey, y'all doing? Appreciate y'all listening.
All right, so we're going to talk about the Hell in a Cell 2020 picks / predictions, if you will. This is just based on the card as we know it currently with 5 matches. So the first one, Otis versus The Miz. What do you think is going to come out of that?
Big fan of Otis, man. He's entertaining. He's cool as hell. I hope he wins. He's the underdog that we all love. I hope he comes out of that. And it'd be kind of cool if I'm not sure if he's ever going to cash in, or at least I don't know if he's going to cash in and win it, I should say. But it'd be just one of those moments that'd be pretty cool. I thought that they were going. I haven't watched this week's SmackDown yet. But I won't probably do that tomorrow. Hopefully Miz does not come off victorious. I thought they were going to do this court thing last time, but now that was postponed, I guess, storyline. And apparently, I heard that they were trying from Miz and Morrison. Miz was trying to drain Otis from being in court, financially, I guess, as well as emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an alright storyline. Get some comedy in it too as well. Got to reunite a little bit with Mandy Rose this past week when he dressed up as a luchador and was on Raw. That was interesting. Cool. That was. Did you see that?
I saw pictures of it.
Oh, yeah, it was funny. It was cool. I forgot the name that they gave him.
It was like El Gordo or something like that.
Yeah, El Gordo. I think it's a pretty cool storyline. It's something that's keeps good. Just kept my eye on it. That's a big fan of Otis, and the storyline's cool. So my prediction is Otis wins.
Otis wins. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Otis as well. When it comes down to it, I think this is just really to build Otis up as a actual contender, and I think the first person he's gonna go through is The Miz to kind of move him on that way. And I kind of feel like WWE is kind of, I don't want to say rushing it, but I think they're trying to move quick on it because now we're getting closer to WrestleMania and they probably want him to cash it in beforehand. I don't think he's going to win a title from cashing it in, and if he doesn't, that's fine. But it's going to all depend upon what they ultimately want to do. But I think Miz is the first step for Otis to kind of build himself up as an actual contender with the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, I think there's a big picture behind it, like we're saying. So, I don't see a world title victory, but definitely it's a big picture to build somebody up in a different way. So,
yeah, and I think it's kind of necessary at this point to kind of build up and draw attention back to him because he went so long. With not doing anything with the Money in the Bank contract, and now they have something with The Miz, and The Miz is a nice little foil to build him up on.
Yeah, absolutely.
The next one, this kind of has no storyline really. Jeff Hardy versus Elias.
Yeah, it's go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's really disappointing that. I mean, yeah, I get it. Elias is back, and they're trying to build up from an old feud that's reignite to make this happen. But this one feels like it has nothing really behind it.
Yeah, there's much more they could do with it. We were talking about it before the podcast a little bit. And, these guys are two musicians, real musicians, not just gimmicks, that they could do something with, and it could be good battle, especially like you said with their previous rivalry and the incident that happened 5 months ago, I believe it was. And there's just more they could do. I think they should have started this up a little bit, at least a few weeks sooner. And this match just kind of happened out of nowhere. If they continue with it, hopefully it'll go somewhere in a bigger but better place and draw more attention and not just look like a mid-card kind of ordeal, kind of storyline. But I think this could be something really cool. But they should have had a better build with this thing. I definitely agree with you. and hopefully that the build will not be the match. Hopefully, it'll be a great match. I mean, you got two talented guys in there, a long-time veteran of Hardy in there too. So, looking forward to as far as what the match could be, but there's not much to say on it with no build. Not much of a build, I should say.
Yeah, there wasn't really much there. And kind of like what you said, them being musicians, they could have made a gimmick match out of it, call it like a roadie special or something like that, where a bunch of musical equipment's around the ring.
Yeah.
At least then you create something different with it.
Absolutely. I think there's a number of things that they could do. I mean, to build a storyline even after Hell in a Cell, if they choose to continue it, which I'm thinking they will. But we'll see. But it's not even, they could build up not even just at matches. It could be, there's a number of things they could do with it. So it just depends on what the book is going to be for it. But definitely interesting stuff that they could do. And obviously, from Monday, we've seen Elias make reference to Hardy's sobriety, or his past addictions, I should say. And that's been the go-to thing for the storylines that been going on for a while with Hardy and his past life. So that reference is already made. So that could also be the continuation if they decide to do it after Hell in a Cell with storyline. But we'll see how that goes, and looking forward to hopefully a good match, which I'm thinking we will.
Yeah, it would. I don't have anything against Elias and I almost said Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy's known for putting on a good match. It will be interesting to see what they're able to do with it.
I'm sorry. My prediction: who's going to win? I forgot to add that in. My bad. Being that Elias just came back and probably going to put a push on, I believe Elias is going to win, or it could be a DQ. But I see more a victory in a tealish way.
I actually think it'll be Jeff Hardy. With Jeff Hardy switching shows, I think this is just to kind of build him up on the new show, and pretty much go from there. I do think Elias will eventually go push, but I don't think he's going to have it right now, right upon the return. And that's just based on how I see WWE booking. In my gut, I think it should be Elias that wins, but knowing how WWE likes to do things, I think it's going to be Jeff Hardy. We have a women's match here. This one's been built for a while. This one's a Hell in a Cell one. Bayley versus Sasha. Bayley turns on Sasha. Sasha is weirdly the face, kind of their flip of what they had in NXT with Sasha being the heel and Bayley being the face. They kind of turned that around and made it the exact opposite for this build. Never would have thought I'd see the day Bayley being a heel and actually being a really good heel that she's been kind of carrying it. Who do you think is going to take this one?
Everything you said, I agree with. Actually, what you just said. I love the storyline. I really do love it. It's kind of funny. You take two people that are really good heels as a team, and you kind of just in a kind of wrestling 101, you kind of take the side of the one who became the victim. So obviously, I'm a fan of both women as far as their matches. Been more fan of Sasha a little more in different ways, but both women are great matchmakers and inside the ring. But definitely, for this match, I'm going to go with Sasha. But definitely interested in the storyline. Really cool. Hopefully, it closes out the show. Honestly, we'll see how that goes about. But definitely interested. It's one of the better storylines I've had for a while.
That's interesting. I didn't think you'd pick Sasha because I was actually leaning towards Sasha, and I thought that was kind of an underdog pick. I do think Sasha will take away from this one, and that's just because I think they want to feel good story out of Hell in a Cell, because I don't think the other ones are going to be feel good stories. That's interesting. Yeah, I think it's going to be Sasha. I think this is going to be the end of her revenge story to get back at Bayley for attacking her.
Yeah.
So I think Sasha will be a women's champion, and I do think the feud will continue between her and Bayley. Next up would be Survivor Series, so I think it would go probably to Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I said we talked about a little bit of this rivalry about several weeks ago, and I said, it's like the time that is it same week that Sasha had injured Bayley injured Bayley injured Sasha's neck. If I can spit it out right. I thought the storyline should continue for a while. Sasha take a little time off, sell the injury for a while, and rest up what or whatnot. And I think it could continue for a while. And I'm not saying Hell in a Cell match at Hell in a Cell is a bad idea, but I think that they could have gone a little or longer and done it on a different stage, especially stand on their own 2 feet as far as them having a Hell in a Cell match, not on a Hell in a Cell card. I mean,
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm basically getting at. I think they could be the big sell, even a Survivor Series. Like I was telling you recently, it's like this could have been a big Survivor Series main event. They would have built up even stronger, I believe. What you do after Survivor Series is one thing, but I think it could just been a little more build and have it say, hey, we're going to have a Hell in a Cell, our own Hell in a Cell, as far as no other matches like that in the card, and stand on our own feet, and like I said, do it a Survivor Series, put them inside as the headliner. So that's but I'm still looking forward to it. Going to be a big match.
Yeah, I have kind of a different opinion on that, and it's only because what I would do in this instance is, like with Survivor Series, I would have Sasha win at Hell in a Cell, and then they go into Survivor Series. I would put them on the same team in Survivor Series to kind of build up that heat. Let them have a match of sorts at the next pay-per-view, whatever that ends up being in December, because I don't have the schedule up in front of me. And then at Royal Rumble, let them have a 30-man Iron Woman match.
That's not a bad idea, too. I like that, too. That's pretty decent. It's been hard for me to watch Bayley win a Hell in a Cell, though. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, in the big picture, I do agree. Honestly, I would be a great match. Iron Man match, Iron Woman match, however you want to call it. Yeah, that's not a bad way to go around it either. Yeah,
well, for me, like with Sasha taking the win here, I wouldn't want them to have a rematch on pay-per-view as soon as Survivor Series, especially when they could build a different story between women. Like, I think this would be a good time to bring up the NXT women, to have them be involved in Survivor Series again, where they have a 5-5-5 match between Raw, SmackDown, and NXT women. I think that would have been better, and then let 3 opponents be in the ring at the same time, because they technically have the depth chart and they have the talent to be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
And have Sasha and Bayley not stand each other and have to be on tag teams, it would be great for storytelling.
Mm-hmm. You never know, they could do something along those lines or a different way, continue after going to Survivor Series. They could. I'm not sure if they have a long-term plan for Sasha and Bayley as a rivalry after this one, but I just feel like this is such a great storyline. I wouldn't want them to stop it too soon. I mean, obviously don't overdo it, but it's for 2 women that have been best friends between at least the storyline, I will say, and having this kind of moment and being their longevity in the business and how well they've established the evolution of the women wrestling in WWE. I just think they could do more with it in long term and in the big picture. You don't have to have them face each other, every week like it's a different storyline. That's right. What we know of. But it's just that they could do more with it, and we'll find out if they are. But definitely this match has a lot of eyes on it. So I think hopefully it closes out the show too.
Right.